Jack Doherty has built his reputation on controversy, often pushing the limits for views and clout. But sometimes his antics backfire spectacularly, leading to some of the most embarrassing moments of his career. From getting slapped by Fauci for running his mouth to nearly getting shot over a prank gone wrong, these are the times Jack Doherty got humiliated live. Beach confrontation, over language and clothing. During a live stream at the beach, Jack and his crew were loudly shouting and making a scene, drawing the attention of other beachgoers. A man walking by confronted Jack about his excessive swearing, pointing out that there were families with children around. The situation escalated further when the man also called out one of Jack's security guards for wearing an offensive shirt. Jack tried to brush off the criticism with his usual cocky attitude, but when another bystander, clearly fed up with Jack's antics, moved in to grab him, his security guard had to intervene. Jack quickly stepped behind his guard, letting him handle the confrontation while he stood there awkwardly. The entire moment was streamed live, making him look even weaker in front of his audience. Fight with Neon at a boxing event. At the 2024 Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in June, Jack found himself in an unexpected altercation with fellow streamer Neon. The tension started when Neon called Jack out for pointing aggressively at him, which Jack dismissed with a cocky remark. Things quickly got physical when Jack shoved Neon, sending him stumbling into the crowd. Neon wasted no time retaliating, throwing punches at Jack before security stepped in to break them apart. However, Jack wasn't done. He tried to land a sneaky punch on Neon from behind. Instead of gaining the upper hand, he was immediately tackled by Neon's security team. To add insult to injury, Jack's expensive watch, which he had bragged about being worth millions, was broken in the scuffle. The internet had a field day roasting Jack, comparing the fight to a middle school brawl and calling him out for attacking from behind. Kicked out of his own house by Prime and Zerka, Jack's own home has become the scene of some of his most humiliating moments, but none were as brutal as the night Prime and Zerka visited. The drama unfolded when Prime unexpectedly pulled out a gun in Jack's kitchen, shocking everyone. Zerka, in the meantime, became increasingly aggressive with other guests, escalating the tension. The chaos reached its peak when Zerka ripped off his own shirt, grabbed Jack in a headlock, and began berating him, calling him an immature kid who relied on controversy for relevance. When Prime and Zerka challenged Jack to kick them out, they laughed in his face, knowing he wouldn't dare. Prime even went as far as slapping Jack before walking out, leaving Jack standing there humiliated in front of his live audience, almost getting shot. Over a prank. Jack's history of prank videos has gotten him into plenty of trouble, but one incident nearly cost him his life. During a live stream inside a mall, Jack and his friends were messing around, tossing a football and disrupting shoppers. At one point, Jack approached a random passerby and made a crude joke at his expense. The man was clearly irritated and warned Jack to cut it out, but Jack, not knowing when to stop, continued to push his luck. That's when the man calmly lifted his shirt to reveal a firearm tucked into his waistband. Jack's face instantly changed, and he quickly backed off, realizing he had gone too far. Without another word, he turned and left, humiliated in front of his audience who watched him go from cocky to terrified in a matter of seconds. Fauci, spitting on Jack and slapping him. One of the most brutal humiliations Jack has faced was at the hands of Fauci, who was invited over to Jack's house for a live stream. From the moment he arrived, he called out Jack's lifestyle, labeling him childish and even ridiculing him for allowing his girlfriend to have an OnlyFans account. Jack, feeling backed into a corner, fired back with a weak insult, calling Fauci a beta, but Fauci didn't just clap back with words. He spat directly in Jack's face before slapping him hard. The moment went viral, with countless viewers praising Fauci for standing up to Jack, proving once again that Jack often invites the wrong people into his space. Getting kicked out of a frat party, Jack attempted to crash a frat party, thinking he could flex his money and clout to impress the partygoers. However, the crowd wasn't buying it. As Jack walked around boasting about his wealth, people began heckling him. When he tried to assert dominance, a few guys threw drinks at him, soaking his expensive designer clothes. His security tried to control the situation, but it only made things worse as people grew more hostile. Eventually, the college's campus security got involved, escorting Jack out while the crowd cheered. The live stream of the event quickly circulated online, with viewers mocking Jack for thinking money alone would win people over. Pressed by college staff for annoying dogs. At another college event, Jack made a fool of himself once again when he started bothering people's dogs. Without asking for permission, he got too close to multiple pets trying to get a reaction out of them for his stream. When one of the dog owners confronted him, Jack played it off as a joke, but the tension only grew when campus staff intervened. They told him to stop recording and leave the dogs alone. Jack, refusing to let it go, argued back, making himself look even more desperate for content. Eventually, the staff forced him to shut down his antics, leaving him embarrassed in front of his audience. Beef with Lenny Miller ends in embarrassment. Jack had been trash-talking fellow content creator Lenny Miller online for weeks. Instead of confronting Lenny face-to-face, he stayed seated beside his girlfriend, pretending to be unbothered while Lenny called him out. The awkward standoff made Jack look weak, and when he finally did try to respond, it was only after his friends got involved, making it clear he had no intention of actually fighting. Kicked out of another mall for harassing customers. Jack's mall pranks have gotten him kicked out of multiple locations, but one instance was particularly humiliating when store employees directly confronted him. Tired of his antics, they threatened to call the cops. As Jack argued back, bystanders joined in, mocking him and telling him to grow up. Realizing he was outnumbered, Jack had no choice but to leave, humiliated once again. Jack Doherty may thrive on controversy, but time and time again, he finds himself getting humiliated on camera. Whether it's his own actions or someone else putting him in his place, he always seems to be at the center of drama.